the reminder of if else if. Here is the syntax, and remember we said if this condition evaluates to true, then we have these statements executed. If the test of this condition does not evaluate to true, then we have we move on to the next condition, and we have it tested. If it evaluates to true, we execute these statements. If it does not evaluate to true, we move on to the next condition. That is condition number 3, and then we have it tested. If it evaluates to true, we execute its statements on and on and on, depending on the number of conditions you have in your program. However, you must note that if all the conditions that we have in this program do not evaluate to true, then we move on to the default statement. Default statement comes after the else statement at the end here. They will be executed. Now here is a simple flow chart that shows us basically what we are saying. If this condition, the first condition, is tested and it evaluates to true, then we'll have some statements executed. Let me see if I can get a pen. Okay. If it evaluates to true, we can have some statements executed there, and then of course then that can end the program. We can exit the control structure that we are using. However, if it does not evaluate to true, then we test the next condition. If this condition evaluates to true, then again we would have something similar to this. Statements executed. If it does not evaluate to true, then we can move on to other conditions that we might need to test. If that condition does not evaluate to true, we move on to the next condition, and so on, depending on the number of conditions that you have. If they evaluate to true, definitely program statements will be executed, and that would lead to an exit from that particular structure. If they do not evaluate to true, we move on to the next condition, on and on until all the conditions have been tested. Otherwise, we need to move on to the coding part of it so that we can look at this if else statement from a program perspective. So let's begin coding. Okay, let's go now and create a program to demonstrate the use of if else if. Now to do that, we can come to our package com lesson.2. We can right click on that. We don't need to create another package, and then we can come to class. You can give it the name grading system. Yeah, remember the camel case, grading system. Now if you don't want to keep typing the main method, you can just check it here, and then it will be auto generated for you. Yeah, there it is, just been auto generated. So we didn't need to type that, but we can remove that. Now we can work with a grading system of some sort, where maybe we can have grading of 70 to 100, the grade to be A. If a student scores 60 to 69, grade is B. 50 to 59, grade is C. 40 to 49, grade is D, and anything below 40, it's a fail. Okay, so we can declare a variable here, variable identifier int max, so an integer type int max, and then we need a way to enter the student max. We can work with scanner. Let's import scanner. Import java dot tilde dot scanner. Yeah, scanner there. Then you can come and work with the scanner inside here. Scanner input equals to new scanner, then inside there we say system dot in. Okay, now we have that. So what we need is a way to enter these marks, and we basically say input dot next int, since we're working with the integer there. Next int there, but we need some information on what the user is doing. System dot out dot println what, and student marks. Yeah, that should work. Sorry. Yeah, that should work now. So now that we have that, we need to now begin to evaluate whether the marks that have been entered are based on the grading system that we have just provided here at the top here. So if what, sorry, before we can get to that, let's correct this. Marks is equals to that. So if marks greater than 70, greater or equals to, greater or equal to 70, and marks, we repeat again, less than or equal to 100, then something should happen. We can give the grading system here. We can basically just say, okay, we can basically just say grade is A, or grade A. Just say grade A. Yeah, grade A. Now we need to type the else if the second condition here, marks greater than or equal to 60, marks we say less than or equal to what, 69, then definitely something is happening here. Grade will be B. Okay. Else if again, marks greater than or equal to 50, marks less than or equal to 59. So grade here will be C. Come and add that again. If marks greater than equal to 40, marks less than or equal to 49. Sorry about that. Okay, so grade is what? Grade is D. Okay, we have the last one there. Else if marks greater than equal to 0 and marks less than equal to 39. Now that one is going to be a fail. Let's scroll up here. F for fail. Yeah, F for fail. And then we now need the default. Else we can say something like invalid inputs. Yeah, as simple as that. Invalid inputs, and we are through. I think it should work now. Let me save. Let's run it. Let's just test it. Okay, enter student marks. Maybe we enter 90. What do we get? Grade is A. Okay, so we run it again. We enter maybe 55. What are we expecting to get? Should be a C. Sorry, we enter 55. That's a C. Okay, and maybe we're just testing it. 12 grade is F, but we need to modify it so that we don't keep on running it every now and then. So for us to modify it, we need to give it something here, like what? You can come and say, give it a loop here, while true. I can say while true, then add its close in here. Yeah, that should work. Let's try it again. Save, and the max 77. There. Yeah, it's giving us the grade and again telling us to enter max because we have a loop. 66, it's B. Okay. 12 or 22. There. 22 is a fail. Maybe what, 50? There, it's a C. Let's try 785. What do we get? It's an invalid input because it does not lie within 0 and 100. So it's an invalid input. So I think that's it. This program has demonstrated the use of if else if. We're using this grading system shown here and it has worked. So see you in the next video.